Hello and welcome back. I'm Shelf Unit, and this is my continuing Let's Play of Underrail. So, last time we travelled over to the expansion in Underrail Expedition, and we fought off our first load of unfriendly natives. I almost feel like I'm playing in the first Avatar film here in some respects, or something of that nature. We did okay. I think we could probably have done better, to be honest. We did lose two of our soldiery friends, so it wasn't brilliant. It wasn't terrible, but it wasn't brilliant. I'm busy now. Well, I'm busy now. You're still in one piece. That's very good. What's Yahota's status? She's right. She's with the rest of the troops. Are you all right, Professor? Are you all right, Professor? I think so. I haven't been this close to death since the Battle of Dis. Goodness me, Richard, there were so many of them, but their voices, that language. Who were these natives anyway? The Professor and the Chief exchange looks briefly before the latter responds to you. Listen up. There are two major factions in control of the Black Sea, the pirates and the natives. The pirates call themselves the Grim Jedders. They control the southern and eastern waters. They're not actively interfering with our operations as yet, although our patrols have had several violent encounters with them. Whereas these savages have been a thorn in our side ever since we've arrived here. By the caverns, these violent, inarticulate creatures are a cause of almost all our problems here. Now they're trying to raise the camp to the ground and butcher us all. Goodness me. They obviously feel threatened by your presence. We've tried communicating with them, but their first and only response was to resort to violence. Professor, it appears the ladleman has been correct all along. I had him ask around Court City about the natives while we were there. Borrowing a few old tales, no one ever reported seeing people matching their description. Whoever they are, they've had little or no contact with the rest of Southern Underrail. Goodness me, Richard, who are we dealing with? These people must have settled here after Biocop withdrew all its military from the Black Sea. But when and why? They do not appear to have adopted any of the NFT technology. So why come here? Biocop military? NFT? Professor, we'll continue this conversation later. I need to return to my men. I've yet to determine the casualties and overall damage we've suffered. Can you tell me about this NFT? I'll have to wait, Sir Star. See Marcus about your gear. His tent is one just across from this one. Once I've assembled a recovery team, I'll brief you. One moment, please, Sir Star. Would you mind going to Jeremy Seeger's tent and seeing if he's compiled any of the recovered information so far? The network is down, hopefully temporarily, but he's not responding to his comm. We're going to need his data if we plan on dispatching a recovery team. Don't you both agree? Of course she doesn't mind. Here are your orders. Collect the equipment from Marcus first, then go to Seeger. His tent is the one past the medical tent, and then return to the Professor. Is that clear? Yes, sir. Don't keep the Professor waiting. Yes, sir. Professor. He leaves. Okay. So, first off, we need to go here. Tony and Marcus seem to be discussing something and unaware of your presence. I say, I'm impressed with you, Marky. Not only did you not get zoned out, but you actually did something useful during the fight. Sure, you played with your little toys from the safety of your tent, but hey, you got the job done. Is that a compliment, correct? Just for the record, the turrets can work autonomously. However, in situations such as this one, it is always the wisest course of action to have someone behind the controls for better target assessment. No, Marky. No. No, how many times have I got to remind you? You've got to put it kind of like this. Well, if it wasn't for me, you pipe worker, you'd be checking the pipes from your forehead right now. Yeah. Where I'm from, you've got to pull out the hardcore comebacks. Not go on about, target assessment. Checking the pipes. Oh, grinded. It's Core City slang, Marky. It means to take a leak, piss. The whole phrase was supposed to mean one of the freaks would have made a hole in my forehead and... okay, forget the slang, use your own words. Just not one of your la-di-da words like urinating. Or, ejecting bladderal liquid waste. Oh. Don't be absurd, Tone. No one uses that expression. You just made that up. Well, it's how all you northerners, fat rats and the rest of the la-di-da sound to me. You're too uptight. He squishes his nose upward. You all sound like you're going to get pipe working cancer if you say a naughty word. You use far too many dumb sterile euphemisms that suck all the fun out of language. Marky, so please, next time you want to go check the pipes, you're not urinating, but go in for a piss. I see where this is going. How about this? If it hadn't been for me and my turrets, your head would have been impaled on a spear and paraded around angrily. You stinker! What the No, no! He grabs his crotch. Ow, ow! You're so lame, it hurts my... Well, Tony's holding onto his crotch and acting out agony. Marcus is slowly squeezing his forehead into a chasm frown. He erupts as soon as Zero's irritation reaches its peak. How about I bust your nose to take your mind off your grind? Oh, that's it. Yeah, you're going to get in the hang of it. Now, I'm glad you got at least some of it. You, Marky, there's still some hope. Give me another one. Now, come on, I want to hear a hardcore insult. I'll go intimidation. Want to check your pipes? You'll be checking your windpipe instead after I've rammed my fist down your throat. Listen to this, Marcus. Now, that's someone who's got it. Not only should line be hardcore, but the delivery's got to be spot on too. You want to make a guy soil his pens all the way. You're that new... what's his voice? You're that new sect trooper, huh? It's Sarah Evenstyle at Fury, Invictus, champion of the arena. Nice to meet you, Sarah Evenstyle. I'm Marcus Werther. I saw how you fought through the tunnel's visual feed. Impressive, unlike this blabbermouth here. You're getting the hang of it, Marky. Keep poking. Yeah, well, tell us, what do you need? I wanted to speak with you, Tony. Okay, Marcus, who's the... Chief Briggs told me to see about you collecting my gear. Right away. Would you mind handing me one of the suits? Right away. Meanwhile, take this. He hands you a device. Here's a NavCom navigation communication device. Its communication range is substantial and should cover the entire Black Sea. Still, I can't tell you how it's going to behave once you move beyond that or go after other cave systems. Excuse me. Or NFT facilities. As for navigation, it's fairly simple. The screen will display the grid square of the currently loaded coordinate system you're in. Now pay attention here. Coordinate system is currently displayed as the one recovered from the NFT device. This means that the coordinates you read on the NFT device is the ones your NavCom can point you to. We'll all be using these coordinates during the expedition, so we'll all understand each other. Hopefully. He smiles. He points to the NavCom's display. Right, now we're in D6. As you can see, just make it clear. Letters represent your position along the east-west axis, numbers along your north-south. Here, Tony approaches you with a complete suit of Aegis incorporated combat armor in his hands. As he returns to his spot behind the desk, you notice him putting away a couple of nylon bags, which were most likely used to store the items he just gave you. There's your armor. I don't think I should explain how to put it on. You have your own weapons, or that's what I've been told. But if you need anything from our armory, talk to that guy over there. He points to Ladleman. That's me. That's him. He's also got weapon attachments, spare parts, and a plethora of related items. If you need energy weapons or anything high-tech, on the other hand, see me. And that should be that. Oh yeah, wait. Let's just check if your comms working properly. Push that button, one there, and say something. Testing. He speaks into his own communicator. Testing. Can you hear me? Alright, everything appears to be in order. This device will display a name next to each of the channels so that you can know who you're talking to. I'm on channel 1. Contact me if you need some help, info, or if you need to speak to someone from the staff who doesn't have a comm of his own. That's it. You got your gear and I hope everything was clear. Here to check my paycheck. Okay, so let me see. There you go, 300 coins. I'm yet to get used to these Stygian coins. I still think in terms of blues, United States dollars, I mean. Show me some high-tech stuff. Pretty much everything already got here. What else? Oh, they have the US dollars. Crowbars, hacksaw 3s. Few repair kits. Batteries, side circuit extension, whatever that means. Nothing that I've got that he wants other than the TNT, possibly the plasma core. I don't generally need the plasma core. It does weigh a little bit. I'll trade it for that though, since it wasn't mine to begin with. Now talk to him. Let's talk to this guy. What do we need? We've got plenty of lockpicks. He'll buy all of this crap though. And the 7.62s I don't need, I don't think. 8.6 and a 9, no. Aegis, Sick Trooper helmet. I don't really need that. What else has he got? Assault rifle, balaclava, broadhead bolt, bullets. Anything of interest? Sting ball grenade. Huh, apparently I already know that. TNT charger, no. Vehicle repair kit. Now that I do want. He's got a hammer frame. What other frames do I need here? Let's have a look. Ooh, a 125. That's a shame. Where are we? Corsair frame. Spearhead frame I've already got. This is the same set? This is the same set. Marauder. Huzzah. That's a Huzzah as well. That's a sting ball grenade, huh? Interesting. Sting balls are apparently basically flashbangs with damage. Interesting. And what have we got here? 16 to 49. Fifth, that's a shotgun. Okay, well, we'll see how that works out. Now, do I really want this armor? It's 20 and 8, and it replaces 21, 23. No, is the answer, I believe, there. Same with the headwear. 2, 1, 25, 13. Perception decreased by 1. I'll switch it up just for this, but I'll need to dump the I'll need to find a barrel. Go out here quickly, dump the okay, well, we'll sort it out in a bit. As soon as I find me a barrel. Oh, come on. Give me a barrel. Ah, come on. I'd have somewhere I can dump my stuff. This is going to be a little annoying if I can't find somewhere to dump my stuff. And this is my tent, I suppose. Well, I'll just dump the armour in here at least. Brings me down to a reasonable weight. Come on, another way. Let's roll over to the medical tent. Doc Savage, covered in blood, various shades of red, draws tranquility from a cigarette which has almost been reduced to what appears to be its filter. Small red tube that has active filter written on it. Doc presses a button on the side of it to release and discard the cigarette's carcass right at the top of the ashtray graveyard. Tranquility was brief and clears with the smoke. He speaks to you in a low, spirited, coarse baritone voice. There goes the last one. He sighs. We haven't met. I'm Dr. Bryn Savage. Don't even think about making any jokes, okay? Now tell me, just how bad is it? Oh, I'm fine, healthy as a hopper. Then why are you here? Looking for some medical supplies. Here. Coagulation shot. Got that. Come on, give me some... anything for bandages. It's ridiculous. For 4 medicines. Ooh, that's actually... oh boy, that's a lot. Right, what have I got here? That's actually not so bad. That's off of that. And what else? 5 medical components. You can have some of these. Okay, let's trade and figure out how to make a coagulation shot. Right, well, let's have a look and see what the vehicle repair kit does. Oh goodness me. 150 electronics and 75. Oh goodness, that's a lot. And what was the other one? The other one was a coagulation shot. Black collagen. It's weird. Never found any way of getting these organic electrolytes. What was my quests? Black's Expedition. Sort the gear. Done that. Jeremy Seeger. His tent is just to the east from the medical tent. East is this way. So let's quick save and head over to that. Interesting, I don't think we've been in this part. So that's Seeger. Let's quick save. Luckily we can take things from people. What's this statue all about? Exceptionally well preserved statue of a completely naked woman. Researcher. Look at our map. Oh, this is the entire island. Interesting. Okay then, let's talk to Seeger. An alluring scent invites you inside. It's rich, pleasant, and strong enough to draw a hopper out of its crevice. It's like coffee, but it smells infinitely better than the dark brown dust mixed with water consumed throughout southern Underrail. This is something from the north. If the delightful aroma is any indication, tasting it's got to be quite an experience. Take a step forward towards the man sitting at the desk, looking at letters and numbers and symbols of various kinds scrolling across his screen. He hears you, and turns around, and in his hand a tea flask of smoking black liquid. It is coffee after all. Yo, need something? You Jeremy Seeger? Professor Oldfield told me to see you. Yeah, the one. You've got to be one of the new sect troopers, huh? Welcome to Hell's Gut, sister. That name seems more and more appropriate the more time we spend here. Am I right now? Anyway, what you got for me? Is that coffee you're drinking? Yes, why? I've never seen coffee before? I have. He pauses, watching you while a pillar of smoke from the hot coffee pirouettes between you and him. With commiseration in his eyes, he softly proceeds. You don't have any coffee beans here? Coffee beans? Wow, I'm sorry, I knew things were bad here, but this bad? Zit. It. But you have, like, hydroponics, right? You're capable of growing certain plants here. Why no real coffee? I don't get it. My home station has hydroponics, but I haven't seen many elsewhere. He shakes his head. No one should live without good Zen coffee. You know, I got some more here. He glances at the coffee maker on the other table. You want one? I'd very much like some coffee. Okay. He goes to his coffee maker and presses a button. As the coffee is poured into the tea flask, the air slowly becomes wonderfully saturated with its smell. After a few moments, you have it in your hands, a tea flask full of smoking hot coffee. You gaze at it in awe. He observes you with satisfying interest. Well, enjoy your coffee, sis. Zell. You're using some strange words I'm not familiar with, the one starting with X. Oh, like egg stream and zit? It's complicated. It's Zogonian X. Slang. Sorry, I totally forgot you're a southerner and don't know about that stuff. I mean, don't take it the wrong way, sis. It's just people prefer the arena, okay, since that's what you have here. I mean, not because it's worse than the other one, but it's actually not really good comparison at all, because, you know. Stop talking now. Forget I said anything. It's alright, man. No need to stress over it. I'm not stressed at all. Takes a sip from his tea flask and shakes his head sideways, vacantly staring forward. Not at all. What do you do around here? Well, I'm the person who gets cold when a cooler in someone's desktop is louder than ass, and when a mobile ain't working right due to the fat finger syndrome, and inappropriate usage in general, when I lost all my data because the power died, when in fact his data's just fine, he just doesn't know where he's been saving it. He sighs. What was actually brought here to do is data recovery, decryption, analysis, Zell. But some people don't realize that and bug me about each and every triviality they encounter. So if your mobile's acting funky, please leave me out. Tell me about Hexagon. You know, sis, maybe some other time. It's kind of a broad topic and I got work to do. Professor Oldfield wants to know if you compile the recovered data for him. We were under attack, sis. Now, I may be some kind of person that rarely lifts my ass from a chair, but even then I'm not that extreme to sit here and sift through this stuff while people are dying, like, around me. He turns to the computer and opens a file sign. But yeah, I do have some of the important bits sorted out. I'll send it to him as soon as the network's back. He glances at one of his monitors and raises his eyebrows. Oh, Marcus sorted the power. Extra. Send it in now. What's this about, really? The data. The professor mentioned it's some kind of breakthrough discovery. Oh, yeah, you betcha. You see, ever since we got here, we've been trying to find a way to enter the building just across from our tent, the keep. The panel by the gate is totally unresponsive, and the walls are extremely thick and dirty. And hey, the building did survive the Biocorp assault on the island after all. And you know, we just don't want to blow things up yet, unless we really gotta. Now, the building's still got power, okay, because as we're easily picking that up on our instruments, but so far we haven't found a way to interfere with that panel until I recover this data. According to it, the panel is actually a scanner which authenticates a person based on small active radio frequency identification, or AFRID. Or ARIF, dude there. FID. Microchip is almost often implanted in the right hand, so if we found one of these microchips or learn to... Wait a Zin second, why am I telling you all this? I have to know everything if I'm going to do this job right. Well, okay. We found a working chip and we're in. All other NFT facilities should work the same way, so we'll be able to gain access to those as well, if we can get through the natives. Anyway, it seems every NFT citizen had an implant. These implants also contain some other personal data, but that's of secondary importance right now. So where do we find one of these chips? Now that's the... And sending 2 note sound interrupts your conversation, and something flashes on the bottom of his right screen. Just excuse me for a moment. It's the professor. He puts his coffee aside and headsets on. Adjusts the microphone and clicks the icon flashing on his screen. A window pops up, its top right corner bearing what appears to be a University of Dis logo. An outline of a frontal view of a grandiose building placed in a circle under which University of Dis is written as a serif font. Then the face of Professor Oldfield appears, speaking words only Seeger can hear. Yes, sir. You did? He turns to you, still talking to the professor. Yes, she's here. I'll tell her. He's still facing you, but his gleaming eyes are looking through you. Oh, thank you, sir. He smiles. I know. I'm well aware of that, sir. XL. I dropped the comm once the attack started and broke it. Yes, I understand. What did the professor say? Just as you open your mouth, his face disappears behind a small, broad smile. Really? Oh, yes, thank you again, sir. Extra. Yeah, I'll tell her what you said. Goodbye. What did the professor say? That you should see him now. Anyway, you stopped at... Now that's the... Actually, the professor will fill you in on the rest. Oh, come on, man. It's getting ridiculous. You better go see the professor. I better get going then. Okay, see ya. Ooh, we have coffee. What does coffee do? 19 minutes. Movement points. Ooh. That's pretty cool. And we got us some coffee! Yummy. Okay, now we're in E6. We're in Digia 450 NCD is a rebranded Biocorp Hermes 450 navigation and communications device. Offers long-range two-way radio as well as receiver capable, requiring data from the Underrail positioning relay system, North Underrail only, or using advanced but less accurate integrated algorithms to determine the device's position in three-dimensional space. Supports various map formats and programmable coordinate systems amongst many other features. Pop you there. I can pop you over here. Let's pop you in place of attack, because I never really use attack. Okay, so let's head back here. And we'll go and see the professor again. You're here, Sir Evenstar. Good. Seeger just sent me the files. And told me to see you. Yes, I've asked you to come to my tent in order to explain to you what this whole expedition is about, what its purpose is, as well as the details of your first mission. For, after all, unless you have sufficient wider knowledge on the subject of our interest here, one cannot expect you to perform optimally, can we? I've been receiving bits and pieces here which have sparked my interest. Excellent. Some 3 to 3.5 centuries ago, this whole area, this whole enormous cavern was chosen as the location of a major NFT project, the abbreviation standing for New Frontier Technologies, a super corporation that can be said to have been comparable to Biocorp in power and influence. To Biocorp and the other 4 super corporations, to be exact. Other 4? Security Agency, Bionic Institute, Nucleus Corporation, Transcendix. Alongside Biocorp and NFT, they were the T6. 6 super corporations of the pre-descent times. The old world, if you prefer. NFT is the one we'll focus on. New Frontier Technologies is, or was, I should be more accurate, a super corporation primarily dedicated to discovering, exploring, and populating new environments, worlds mankind can only dream of making their homes. They developed technologies that would allow them to adapt these environments to the needs of mankind, but also to do it in such a fashion as to preserve it as much as possible, or in the case of barren, desolate places, to breathe new life into them and turn them into something greater. They are explorers, visionaries, futurists, and, as often follows, utopists. We do not, or might not, ever know where they had expanded following the descent, and whether they have met any success. But the one place they settled in that we know of is right here, under the surface, in this sea, where, sadly, their success no longer resides. What was this place called? It must have had a name in NFT's time. We don't know, unfortunately. No records exist that could tell us that. The name we academics use is the Black Sea Project. That's just how we've designated it. We hope that will change soon, though, after we've learned more about this place and what had happened here. You mentioned something about Biocorp military. Are they responsible for all of this? Yes, it has been known for years, with great certainty, that it was Biocorp's navy that had demolished NFT's facilities and killed, for all we know, the entire population. It was a holocaust. This very island was the first and last stand NFT had made before their demise. The exact reasons for this brutal, merciless act are still under debate, but the best substantiated, and thus most popular hypothesis, is that Biocorp had seen NFT as a competition and sought to eliminate them. Some scholars say that they'd been in conflict even before the descent. And then again, there's also strong evidence suggesting the exact opposite. He shrugs. What is a fact is that Biocorp was the one who initiated the attack on NFT after discovering their facilities here. That much we know from the Central Archive records, but more on those some other time. Let us remain focused. We could go on forever on this subject. He takes a sip of water from a plastic cup that had been on his desk since she came in. So far, we've established what NFT was, what their vision was, and that the Black Sea is one of the locations, if not the only, where they attempted to realize it. What follows is their demise at the hands of the Biocorp military, might, after which things become rather dark, unclear. Our mission here is to unearth history, to piece together the events that had led to NFT inhabiting this place following the descent, to learn what happened during their reign and what their technological achievements were, what they discovered. Not only that, but also what happened in subsequent years after they had ceased to be. Biocorp slowly abandoned the Black Sea after making sure their enemies would not rise again. But we don't know why. They never exploited any of the NFT achievements here, nor expanded into the area themselves. Why? This place has been shunned ever since. There has to be a reason. There are many questions that await answers, and we hope the expedition will bring us just that, answers. Your ultimate mission, Sarah Evenstar, no matter the recovery or escort job you might have been sent on, is to bring us history, technology, art. Have you seen the enthralling sculptures that still guard their long-dead creators? The lighthouses, proud and beautiful, guiding even those who they were not built to guide. They produced so much, and it would be a shame not to preserve such marvels. And their technology, born out of the super-steel will to tame the untamable. Their technology could illuminate this dark world for us like we've never imagined. He drinks some more water. Goodness me, even despite the dangers, right now I personally wouldn't be anywhere else but here. Frankly, Professor, I can't wait to get started. You got me all hyped up now. Excellent. This kind of spirit is precisely what we need. Now, with that out of the way, let's proceed to your mission. Seeger has recently managed to recover data from one of the NPCs. I heard that part already. Microchips and all. Oh, I see. How much did he manage to tell you before I video called him? He told me that the NFT personnel are implanted with these microchips and that they can be used to open the keep and other facilities. He didn't tell me where to get one, though. Ah, good. As far as we know, all the personnel had them implanted in their right hand, between the root of the thumb and the index finger. But the problem is, all the bodies we found on the island either had that hand missing, or damaged limbs, as a consequence of the battle in which they fell. Those that had an intact right hand had microchips that are sadly no longer in functional state. Finding bodies is a difficult task, since it seems the largest battle occurred here, right on this island. Those who did not participate have remained locked in the facilities. Most notably, these facilities we cannot open. Most, I should say, because there is one, the West Storage Depot. Hold on, Chief Briggs mentioned a whole recovery team going after this. Shouldn't we all be briefed? Chief has been busy, so I'm not aware if he has assembled the team yet. Regardless, everyone else has been briefed about the things we just discussed. I've told you my part, the rest is up to Chief Briggs. See him in his tent. I forwarded the data the Seeker sent me. He checks his computer. Yes, I did. There, that's all I had to tell you. Do you have any further questions? A few more questions. What can you tell me about Seeger? Ah, Jeremy, yes, good fellow. One of the finest students at the Faculty of Information Technologies and the head of the university's IT centre. And he's been an assistant of mine in that field for a few years now, even though his appearance might not suggest it in the least. Well, you've got some criminal fashion here in the south. You've seen nothing. I've seen enough in Core City. But goodness me, it wasn't like that. He looked normal by our standards, at least. It began with his recent move to Hexagon. Hexagon? Yes, you told me that, but I'd like to hear your view on Hexagon. Hexagon is the second largest city in North Underrail, second only to Dis. But once you step into it, it's as if you've stepped into another world. It's a tech hub, a haven for tech heads and tech criminals alike. But to me, it looks more like tech slums, with all the stores, augmentation shops, cyber centres, tech armories, all crammed together in this confined vertical space that is a hexagon. And Seeger naturally found this attractive. Indeed, there are some things you can only find in Hexagon, and that I can understand, but by the caverns, This recent virtual mixed reality, whatever it is, craze that's spread among the Hexagonians has captivated and magnetized Jeremy as well. I was seriously considering taking someone else on this expedition, fearing he'd show up in visible cochlear implants or some other kind of augmentation done in some shoddy Hexagonian shop. Should have seen some of those people. Seagull's appearance is just a mild case of exposure to Hexagon depravity. But he is an expert at what he does, and I need him here. Tell me about the super corporations. Security Agency, Bionic Institute, Nucleus Corporation, Transcendix. Alongside Biocorp and NFT, they were the T6. 6 super corporations, the pre-descent times, the old world if you prefer. Tell me about the other 4 super corporations. As far as it's known, in the years before the descent, end of history, as the old records call it, there were 6 super corporations, big so-called multinational or transnational corporations, all members of the T6 group. These super corporations were, by the end, the most powerful political entities of the pre-descent world. They are Biocorp, very well known to us all, New Frontier Technologies, Nucleus Corporation, Bionic, blah blah blah. Did you personally choose Aegis Incorporated for this expedition? It wasn't my decision alone, sir, even so, no, but they were my top choice as well. They're simply the best in the business of security contractors. Plenty of experience in most of these sector troopers. Protectorate veterans, as you may know. They were an obvious choice for this kind of mission. And Chief Briggs, did you know each other from before? Richard, I'd met him a few times. There were lectures of mine, unimportant, but goodness me, we didn't as much strike up a conversation. Only when I needed to speak with him regarding his employment with the Black Sea expedition did we really, how should I say it, get acquainted. Over the course of these 2 weeks, dare I say it, grew into friendship. By the caverns, I hope we make it alive. The whole expedition seems like an expensive endeavour. Did the University disfinance it? I'm afraid the expedition's finances do not concern you, Sir Edenstar, and they won't be discussed here. All you need to know is that you'll be paid the amount you and Chief Briggs had agreed on, and you'll be paid on time. Now please, I ask of you not to insist any more this matter any further. Okay. So now I have to go and see Briggs. Let's head over here. It seems a little dodgy. I'm assuming his tent is this big one here, but I'm not sure. Sofa must have been comfortable in its prime. It's NFT filled with plates, pictures, and other play were all beautifully crafted. So here, similarly, broken equipment. Okay, that was not Captain Briggs's tent then. Where is Captain Briggs's tent? It's not this one. Could be this one. There it is. Oh, I've already emptied your locker, I'm afraid. Oops, sorry. Salute him. Chief, have you finished Professor Oldfield's task? Yes, sir. Explain to me our mission here and introduce me to my first assignment before sending me here. Very good. Have you collected your gear from Marcus? Yes. Very good. Your assignment is to find a working microchip so that we can pass the authentication and authorization scan in order to enter the keep and other facilities. If the data Seeger recovered is correct, but we have little reason to doubt that at this point, you might have noticed that there is no one else present with us. That's because you'll be going on this mission alone. May I ask why, sir? I will give you the reason in just a moment. The West Storage Depot is where we're likely to find one of these microchips, since it's the only facility that's currently accessible. However, during our original recon of the Black Sea, we've noticed several locations where engagements between NFT and Biocorp forces have taken place. There could be bodies in there with functional microchips, but we'll need to do a more thorough search of the areas. These locations are close to native territory, so I'll dispatch one heavily armed recovery team to investigate those locations as soon as I'm done with you. Meanwhile, West Storage Depot is located not too far from here. While it's not free of danger, it's less likely to turn to a war zone. Therefore, we'll have several locations covered, which increases our chances of finding these microchips. If we're able to do that quickly and before the natives are able to reconsolidate their forces and attack us again, we'll be able to withdraw our teams back to the camp in time for the defense. Understood. What can you tell me about the West Storage Depot? It's currently home to a community of muties. We haven't tried making any contact with them so far. You'll be our first representative. Our jet ski patrols have approached the island a few times, and whilst the muties did not respond with hostility, it doesn't mean that they won't to your presence, especially not after this attack. We don't know anything of their relations with the natives, but all our observations so far have shown the area to be free of natives. Sunrise, you to sail west to B7, enter the NFT facility and attempt to obtain a functional ARFID microchip. The muties are so cooperative, try to extract any useful information from them. However, how you choose to accomplish your assignment is up to you. To conclude your briefing, Secretary Jenkins is back from patrol and waiting for you at the docks to give you the keys to your jet ski. You'll need it to reach the island. Jet ski? I don't know if you call them here differently. I'm talking about single-seat jet-propelled vehicles. You've seen them at the dock, but I don't know how to ride one jet ski. The ones we use are quite simple to operate. Jenkins will tell you all you need to know. They'll be all Sarian style. I think so. I'll get that microchip. Okay, so we're off riding on a jet ski. Hooray. Huh. Is this my person? That's my person. Quick save. Because this could end very quickly depending on how we do this. Sec Trooper Sarah Even Star, I'm Sec Trooper Jenkins. Pleased to meet you. Chief sent me here to receive the keys to one of the jet skis. Have you ridden one before? Nope. Don't worry, there are many different types of jet skis, and the one you'll be using is fairly simple to operate. Put the key into the ignition, start it, hold the bars with both hands, press the levers behind them to accelerate. Most jet skis do not have brakes. You simply release the levers and force the water will stop it fast. Jet skis are simple to operate, but it takes some time to get used to riding them. Also, don't make sudden turns until you gain some experience, okay? Now, while technically you can use a variety of types of energy cells to charge a jet ski, it's best to use high-capacity fusion cells. These have been specifically designed to be used with vehicles and large machinery. What else? Ah yes, if your jet ski runs out of power, don't worry, your backup generator will automatically kick in. It'll allow your jet ski to move, but it's going to be very, very slow. You'll be using one of the two makeshift jet skis we acquired recently. Yours is the larger one. Not their appearance to deceive you, they're mechanically in good condition. I thought I was going to get one of the good ones. Too valuable to give you experienced personnel, and for now you'll be using any one I showed you. I understand. Can I get the keys now? Here you are. If you need energy cells to recharge your jet ski, see Marcus. Remember, it's best to use high-capacity fusion cells for maintenance, repairs, and technical inquiry. Talk to the ladleman. That's all I have time. All the time I have. I need to return to my patrol duty soon. Good luck, Sec Trooper, and take care of your jet. Good luck to you as well. She nods and leaves. A junk jet and a scrap jet. Battery durability. Ooh. Okay, so we can't crash into each other. That was a concern. So huh. Interesting. Let's keep going west. Sea serpent. Wow! Wow. Okay, this could be a problem. Let's take some of that. first ever fight against a sea serpent. They're not too difficult. I think I'm just going to reload here. Of course we get poisoned. I completely missed how much XP I get for this. Of course. And of course. And of course. Of course. Of course. Of course. 6 50% shots and we miss all of them. Why wouldn't we? Seven, 8. 8 consecutive 50% shots missed. Finally, 77 XPs. That's frankly rather poor. Where are we? Come on, brain. Right, let's take one of these. Ah, bullets, that's what it was. What have we got here? Adrenal gland, we'll get the leper serpent, and the leper serpent's skin. That's super, super heavy. Can I throw a grenade? Yes is the answer. Of course. I'm going to need to go back. Action points, because of course we don't. And of course, yeah, I'm going to have to go back and buy more more poison kits. Of course. particular interest. Let's see if we can extract humour. Let's get our bullets up and let's head back. This is rather sad, frankly. Rather sad indeed. Well, our first experience of this is well, it's okay, but I mean the amount of percentage shots we're missing is ridiculous. Let's see what we've got in stock. Now, does he have any of these vehicle repair kits? Mechanical repair kits. No vehicle repair kits. Blah. I certainly feel like I'm going to need all of these 9mm bullets, and you'll need all of your poison kits. Five chemicals. Fair enough. Right, let's see if they have any repair kits. Anything I can do with help with this? Nothing you can do. NFT have plenty of automated defenses deployed on this island. Most of it's destroyed. Perhaps there is something you can still use if we knew how. And that's something you could potentially discover during the course of your assignments. You can go and zone out the savages. Solve our problem. Town, you can't expect us to attack the natives all on our own. Or can you? He sighs and turns to you. Also, contact me if you find any functional military equipment and I'll dispatch a boat to transport it to camp if possible. Not too much to go on, but hopefully something will come up. And is there any repair kits here? Great diffusion cells. Huh. No, apparently. Okay. So, we have some slight problems, but nothing we can't handle. We've got this and this. So let's call today an episode, and then next time we can go out and explore some more of this area. We did find some land here apparently. Oh yeah. But we are not particularly interested in fighting these land serpents. It's so annoying the amount of poison they they give us. Still, anyway, thank you ever so much for watching. If you've enjoyed, please subscribe. If not, do not worry about it. Thank you again. I'll see you next time when we try and find this island. Goodbye.